Welcome into today's CAD lesson. In today's exercise, we'll be modeling this collet. If you would have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can leave them in the comment section below. I would respond to them as soon as possible. Let's begin with today's exercise. So I have Autodesk Inventor open here on the side. This is where we would be working from. Let's get a worksheet to begin this model. To do that, Ctrl+N like we've done so many times, or you can click on the new app here. Under the Parts, Create 2D and 3D object, you select the standard MMIPT sheet template and create. Okay, over here I have the presentation background. I would like to change that. Notice we are in the 3D model tab. I'll go into the view tab, and here under appearance I'm going to drop that down. Also drop down this button, and I will change from presentation to light so I get this blue background. I'll go back into the 3D model tab. Now we are going to be revolving to get this model. To revolve, we need to draw a 2D profile, and we also need an axis of revolution. We will first of all draw the axis of revolution. Let's pick the 2D sketch command to do that, and pick the plane we want to create this sketch on, which is going to be the YZ plane. So I would select that. Now we would pick the line command, and so there we have it here. And let's draw a line. The length of this line is going to be 25. So we will pick the dimension command and specify the dimension of 25. Let's enter that. Would also make coincident the midpoint of this horizontal line we just drew and the origin. Now let's make this line a center line. We right click and OK to get off the dimension command first. We would select the line and make it a center line by clicking on this icon. Now let's continue. We'll pick the line command again, and we will draw this profile. And so we will draw a vertical line from here. This much is fine. Let me drop it. We are going to draw a diagonal line to that. Let's draw another vertical line. We will draw a horizontal line, another line perpendicular to that. Let's slant this. And we would close up the sketch. We would also draw a line to connect that point I have just selected to this very one. Great. Now we can go ahead and dimension. And so the dimension command, the distance between this one and the center line is 13. I'll type that. Also between this point here and the center line is 17. Okay, now what we want to dimension is this one. So between this line and the center line is 5. This is going to be a hole. Now let's pick the horizontal constraints command. It's giving us the vertical. So just hold down the shift key, you'll get the horizontal. And now we would apply it to this point and this point. We can also add some more dimensions, and so the dimension command, the distance between this point and that point is 5. Also between this point and that one is 3. We would put an angle between this slanted line and also this center line, that is going to be 30. And our sketch will be fully constrained. We can right click and OK to get off the dimension command. Now let's finish this sketch, and we want to revolve this profile. So we would pick the revolve command. The profile we want to revolve is going to be this one, and then the axis we want to revolve around, we would select that, select axis, and it would notice the center line and it would revolve. This is the preview we are getting, which is exactly what we want. So we would go ahead and OK. Let me turn this around so you see what we've done. That is great. Now we would create the slot. We want to extrude from this face in this direction. So we would select this face to create our sketch on. Now let's pick the rectangle command and draw a rectangle. So this much is fine. Let's just drop this here. We would also dimension. The thickness of this rectangle is going to be 0.3. And then also for the height, we want it to go across this face. So we can just do about 10. I think 10 would be fine. Let's right click and OK to get off the dimension command, and we want to drag this upwards. This is the part we want to extrude. So we would also apply the vertical constraint between the midpoint here and the origin. And then we would also dimension the distance between this line and this point as, let me do about 2. That is fine. And then we will go back into the rectangle command. Let's select the 3-point center rectangle. We want to draw another rectangle here. So just pick the center, and then you can pick a second point. So anywhere here is fine. And then we'll pick our third point. There we go. We would also dimension this. The distance between this line and that line is 0.3. So I'll just click and pick the 0.3 I have specified here, and check also for this distance. It is given as the vertical, but we want the aligned. So just right click and choose the aligned. Now we can specify the aligned dimension, which is also 10. So let me pick the 10 here and check that. Okay, next what I want to do is to make coincident the midpoint here of this rectangle and the origin. And also let's pick the line command and make it constructional. We want to draw a constructional line from this point here. This much is fine, and so let me drop it here. I would right click, let's restart. I'm going to draw same. Also here you can right click and then OK. Now we'll use these two constructional lines to dimension, so we can put an angle between these two rectangles. So the dimension command, the angle between this and that is 30. So let's just specify that and enter. Great. And also we want to make coincident this point here and this center point of the rectangle. That should fully constrain it. Now we are going to finish the sketch so we can extrude. The extrude command. So the first profile we want to extrude is going to be this one. So I would select that. But the boolean is given as a join. We want a cut, so we will change from the join to a cut. That would reverse the direction of the extrusion. But then we want to leave a gap of about 2 meters away from this face. So what we want to do is to choose this option here that says between. We will turn that on and say that we rather want to extrude between this face and then this face, okay? But we also want to specify the distance of that extrusion. Let's change from 25 to 23 so we can leave that gap I'm talking about here. We hit the plus sign, so we also extrude this one. We pick the extrude command. The boolean is also going to be a join, a cut, and for that also we want to extrude and leave a gap of 2 millimeters from this face, which is exactly what has been done. The preview looks fine. Let's OK. I would get the isometric view. So this is it. Awesome. Now we want to pattern these two extrusions we've done. Let's pick the circular pattern command. Here the feature we want to pattern are going to be this extrusion. I'll select that, and also that one. I'll select the two at the same time. The rotational axis is going to be, I will select this face, and for the occurrence count I want 6 of them, and I want to space them equally around a 360-degree angle, which is what has been done. The preview is exactly what I want. Let's go ahead and OK. So there we have our collet. It's easy and simple. We will now apply some appearance. We drop down the appearance option. Let's type H to move to the H column, and I'm going to find on appearance I think it's handrail something, but that is not in the Inventor material library. It's rather in the Autodesk appearance library. So I'll select that and drop down the appearance option a second time. Now when I type H, I should find that there it is, handrails and railings painted white. I would pick that. Okay, for the extrusion 1 also and the extrusion 2, I'll select the two together. as well as the circular patterns I just did, and even this hole. I want to also change the appearance of that to the glossy black, right? And so there we have it, nice and neat. Let's now do a basic rendering, and so we go into view. Let's apply some shadows and reflection, and then for the lightning effect we can do the default light, which is fine. Okay, so that is it for today's tutorial. I hope you get some value out of this. If you do, don't forget to share with your CAD friends. Also, if you have any questions, concerns, you can leave them in the comment section. I would respond to them. Don't forget to save this. I'll see you soon in the next tutorial. Bye.